Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Annetta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we are shipping out today on Tuesday, so we finally had some chunky sales, but still I was looking at the numbers, and this November's, unless if we have like crazy days going forward, is going to be the worst month we had for the whole year, which is crazy. Normally November's like top 3 months. So just that's where everything stands. All right, the first thing that sold is the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina right here. I think this is off of the Teenage Witch. This is a comic book. I don't know too much about comic books. Obviously, I know people like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This is based off of the Netflix show. I don't watch enough TV to realize like what shows are on right now, but this ended up selling for $11.25 plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping, so I'll just save us some time right now. Like I said, I'll grab the little comic books in bulk if they're cheap enough. All right, next up is going to be a magazine. This is the world's first science fiction magazine, Amazing Stories. This is from April 1993. I got this one a long time ago with different magazines, books, fantasy novels, stuff like that. This one sold for $7.50. Yeah, it has a cool little art. There's like people on a planet with like a little spaceship there. I think it looks pretty neat. All right, moving along, we had a really good car sale from the person we got a bunch of like die-cast toys and cars from. This is a 1999 Chevrolet Silverado right here. I don't know anything about cars. It just says that right there on like the little display. So yeah, this thing has like a display. This is in good conditions. It was just like a little dusty. I'll have to dust off the rest of it. This ended up selling for $44.99, which is awesome. I was unaware that these bigger ones would sell for that much. We sold like smaller ones for that much, but I think this is the most amount we've made for like a big truck. And I do have more stuff like that in from the person we got this bulk lot for, so I'm excited about that. It's really making that $350 sale like look very promising right now. We're not in the profit yet, but I've only listed about a quarter of all the stuff. All right, moving along, we have a board game promo. This is Gizmo's Lost Designs promo set. I actually owned this board game at one point. I can't fully remember like how it runs or how it works. I never actually played it. I think I opened it up, read the rules, and then I was like, okay, maybe like we have a lot of board games, so it's hard to play them all. I think it had like little bits and pieces that you make like choices with balls or something that roll down and you're making like a machine or something like that. That's why it's called Gizmos. That's about all I know, and these are going to be promo cards to probably add like a mini expansion or to like change up what happens in the game. This sold for $9. I had one more pack of those promos, so I already relisted it. All right, moving along, we have some Hot Topic wristband. This is, let's see what size it says, medium/large right here. These are going to be the black ones with the little spikes on it. If you're from like the 90s or early 2000s, people can recognize this. My brother's probably had a bunch of these. This one still had the tag, which was pretty cool. So I got to ask up for it. This is like new. So this sold for $20. We got this from the people that were selling their stuff from their childhood, basically from their storage unit. So that was a good one. All the Hot Topic stuff was pretty good. I almost passed up on it. I think Annetta grabbed it last second, so it was a good call on her part. I don't know why I was passing up on it. All right, next up is going to be some more War Machine Privateer Press tokens. These are for the Kadar faction. These are the red faction right here. This is a lot of 48 of them. These mark down like what characters have done actions and different status effects and different spells. You can use a dry erase marker on them. I do really well with these all the time, so I love picking them up. These sold for $12.74. Yeah, people just love having those to keep track of everything in that miniature game. All right, next up is a lot of 2 Kaijudo demo decks. This is going to be the water demo deck, and then this one is going to be the light demo deck. I have a bunch of these demo decks. Kaijudo's used to be Duel Monsters or Duel Masters. I can't remember which one. Eventually, Wizards of the Coast has the IP, and they would they try to make this a game, basically like a kid's version of Pokemon. And this is very similar to Magic, though. So like these rule sets kind of transfer into Magic. So they were hoping to get kids into this game, and then they would eventually get tired of the like cartoon art, and then they would get into Magic, right? Because a lot of the abilities and stuff are the same. This is a lot easier to understand. But this set of 2 sold for $24.30. So I do fairly well. The Kaijudo does slowly sell. It was a fun card game. I did play it. I do think anyone from kids or to adults could play it. So it is a pretty cool game. And most of the stuff's kind of cheap, but that was like sealed stuff, still worth a bit. All right, next up is going to be another Horde. So not the War Machine Hordes, is going to be their fantasy version. This is a Grimkin, the Wicked Harvest faction, Lady Karina Rose. So this is going to be a solo figure right there. Solo figures are just on their side, so they're not like a Warcaster. They're not a bunch of units, but they will have like special abilities and stuff. This sold for $10 to repeat buyer. I have a note that I think I bought this for like $2 in auction. I got a bunch of War Machine and Horde stuff. This particular faction, I think they didn't complete the faction. They didn't make enough of all of the units because I think the game died out before they could finish that. So that faction is still playable. I think they only have like 35 different units, where all the other factions kind of have like between 100 to 140 different options. So usually those sell for more. That particular solo unit's probably not as powerful, so it didn't sell for as much. And then the last thing that sold, or actually the second to last thing, is Silver Surfer cards. There's 7 of these for Overpower. We got $9 for this set of 7. I didn't see this character as much, so maybe he was like a more rare character or something, or from like an expansion I don't remember. But yeah, this is like, I was only able to make a lot of 7. Normally I can make lots of like 15, 30 and stuff like that. This sold for $9, not to a repeat buyer. So that I did have a lot of repeat buyers for the Overpower stuff, the Marvel Overpower stuff. This was just someone new who came in and sent an offer. All right, and then the last thing that sold, I think this is a white like little skirt or dress with little flowers on it. It's like a light material. I think this sold for what, $11? Yeah, this one sold for $11. Another has like another little eBay that she's been working on. It basically has all of our clothes stuff because like I don't really know how to list clothes. I've done it. I've sold like a few hats and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just like apparently my weakness. Everyone can do clothes really well. I can't. So she's just been dealing with the clothes stuff on the side on a different eBay. So $11 for that. We don't have too much listed. We do have a lot to go through. We do get clothes and like bulk lots, and then her mom gets some stuff sometimes, and it's kind of easy to find clothes, which is probably why people do pretty well with it. Just not me personally. All right, so that's everything. So yeah, we finally had some chunky sales like the car and then like the demo deck. So it feels a little bit better, but yeah, it's still like right now there's only like one item sitting in payment for like $5. So it's right now today, it feels like it's gonna be a bad day, but there's still the rest of the day. And I'm just hoping, I hope everyone else's week is going well. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.